Welcome back to Open Comments with me, Ash. On today's episode, we are joined by Rob Saunders, Juice PR. Thank you, Rob, for joining us on the Open Comments hosted by the Open Group podcast today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. To start off with, please can you tell us about your career journey so far and how you got into it all?
Yeah, well, I left school knowing what I wanted to do. I wanted to get involved in the music industry, but I come from Coventry in the Midlands, and there was absolutely zero opportunities there at the time when I left school. So, in fact, I always remember just going to my careers officer when I was about 16, just telling him that I wanted to work in the music industry, and he just looked at me blankly and just gave me an application form for a car factory, which was where a lot of people went to after school in Coventry. But I just ended up then working in a photo lab, followed by a well-known insurance company, and then when I moved down to London, I ended up working in IT. But I always knew what I wanted to do, but it was just a case of finding the right opportunity. But then I got the opportunity finally when my brother-in-law, he wasn't my brother-in-law at the time, but my brother-in-law had a band, and I went along to see them, and I naively said, I'll manage you. And so it just went from there.
That's amazing. And did you always have a passion for music, like in terms of managing, or was it more like you like aspects of it, or was it just like you was, you had this idea from the get-go sort of thing?
Yeah, it was from an early age. My mum and dad used to buy me singles, the old 45s, instead of pocket money. So I used to just build a collection from that. And from an early age, I used to play my mum and dad's music collections as well on the vinyls. So no, it's always been there. I wouldn't really say I've got much of a musical bone in my body when it comes to playing instruments or anything like that. So it was really going to be the next stage of just being able to work with talented musicians instead.
Nice. And how would you say you overcome challenges? And is there a mantra that you stick by?
I always remember a friend of mine saying, "Keep fighting the tide," and so I think that's the mantra that I go for, because there's always going to be things being thrown at you. Nothing's ever going to be made easy for you. I think when I first set out on my own, I naively thought there would be lots of government support to help encourage you to do well. But I soon realised there was none, and so I've ended up getting quite thick-skinned and treat every challenge thrown at me as an attempt to beat the forces that be, to stop them from doing what I enjoy doing.
And for those coming out of university who are unsure about what they want to do, or even those which may have gone to college or may not have even gone to university, just starting out, what advice would you give them in terms of them, finding their way, or even where to start?
I left school at 16. There wasn't really university opportunities back then, unless you was really, really intelligent. So that was just the way it was back then. So there's still an awful lot of people that leave school at 16 and maybe do some day release for colleges. So it doesn't really just apply for university people. But my advice would be, don't be afraid to follow your dreams. If it doesn't work out, at least you know you gave it a try. If you don't try it, you'll always be thinking about what might have been. And I know plenty of people far more intelligent than me who have had really good ideas but didn't have the nerve to follow them up because they were scared of failure and what friends and family may think. So my advice would be just go for it.
And on that note as well, what do you think lifelong learning means to you, or even just like continuous learning, like within yourself, and also like helping and supporting others as well?
Yeah, I think the most crucial one is learn from your mistakes. I think anyone that's gone out there on their own has made mistakes, and the key really is to not make that same mistake twice. It's schools, or as far as I know, universities and stuff that can fully prepare you for going out there on your own, and there's always different industries with different problems. So you will make mistakes, but just learn from them.
And as someone who runs an independent business, is there any advice that you could give to any of those who are just starting out independently, or who are wanting to, go down the independent route?
Yeah, don't take advice from anyone working a 9-to-5 job. I find that those people, as much as they may be nice people, they have no idea what it's like working for yourself, and sometimes there is an element of jealousy with some of the advice that they may give. So that's something that I've just found. I'd much rather listen to people who have gone out there on their own rather than people that are working for someone else. But other things is that try to vary the environment that you work in. So it might sound nice if you've been working for a company for years and years. It may sound nice working from home every day, but I can assure you it gets very boring. So I always just try to change my environments and go out hot desking. I've joined a members club in London where I'll go a couple of days a week, and so it makes quite a huge difference being surrounded by people, even if you're not talking to them. And if you are stuck at home, get out at least for an hour and do some exercise. Go for a run or something, because that helps clear your head, and it makes a change from just staring at a screen all day. But I think crucially, don't expect instant success. I mean, it took me 6 weeks before I saw the first bit of money coming in when I launched Juice. So it can take some time to build.
And how would you say you stay motivated in what you do?
I find making new contacts helps me stay motivated, and it helps make every day different. I mean, with the music world, I do various different stuffs in PR now, but predominantly it's music. But in the music world, it's very creative. So you get to meet lots of interesting people. And I'm always striving to make Juice better. So when I provide a good service to these people, they can lead to other opportunities and referrals to more potential clients. So making every day different is my main. It keeps me motivated. If I was to work in an office, which I've done in the past, it can be the same old every day.
So how would you say the musical landscape has changed in the last few years?
I think the obvious one is the streaming, which has become more popular. It seems to be the main source of listening to music, more probably over the past 15 years than the past couple of years. And so this has made a bit of an impact on bands and artists' earnings, which has been well publicised. So it seems the only way that they can make proper money now is through live gigs and merchandise. The problem is if you're a new band, how are you going to draw those people to your first couple of gigs? It's very hard to get things off the ground. But that is the main problem. I mean, there is you could be fortunate enough to have music selected for an advert or a film or TV series soundtrack. But streaming has become quite a problem with earnings now. So I think that's the main thing. There needs to be some sort of change, whether it's to encourage more people to purchase CDs and vinyls again. But it's going to be very, very hard to change people's mindset when they've got everything on a small device.
So what are you most looking forward to career-wise for the rest of the year?
To be honest, I just take every day as it comes, really. I've got a few gigs lined up, which I always look forward to. Some of them are with acts that I've been promoting, so it's always good to promote them and then get the chance to see them perform live. But like I said earlier, every day is a bit different in this business, so I never know what's around the corner.
And if you could give your younger self some advice before starting in your respective position, what would that advice be and why?
I wish I had the courage to go out on my own earlier in my life. I don't think it's encouraged enough to follow your dreams, as I said before, and perhaps I listened to too many people who put me off the idea of going out on my own. Even the last boss that I had before I started Juice didn't understand why I was leaving a comfy job to follow something that I had quite a lot of interest and enjoyment in. And in fact, his leaving words were, "Rob, I enjoy clay pigeon shooting, but it doesn't mean I can make a career out of it." So that's always stuck with me.
And for those that would like to learn more about you, where can they reach you or find out more about you?
The easiest one is to go to my two websites, which is juicemusic.com and juicepr.com, and you'll see links to all my social media pages there.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you again for your time today. It's been great learning more about what you do, what lifelong learning means to you and more. And thank you to all our listeners who have been tuning in. And until next time, stay tuned for more episodes coming soon. Thank you.